Greetings, YouTube. This is an old article. I've actually had this kicking around since December of last year. Just haven't got a chance of getting around to it. Sometimes that happens in my idea file. And this particular article is about one Emily Herx. Emily Herx was a language teacher at a Catholic school, and she wanted to become pregnant with another child, and the only method that she was able to use successfully was in vitro fertilization, an expensive and difficult process. And when the diocese became aware of this fact, they fired her because they say that she violated the morality cause of her contract with the diocese, which is just mind-blowingly twisted. First of all, the Catholics got upset because someone wanted to be pregnant. That's weird in and of itself. But they decided that if you chose an artificial method of pregnancy, well then, you're gone. We're done with you. We don't want you anymore. She sued them, and she won. She pretty much got everything she wanted out of the suit as well. And over the course of the suit, the diocese defended itself and said that if she had just been remorseful for her crime, for her decision, that things would have gone better. They wanted her guilt. They wanted her shame. They wanted her to prostrate herself before them and to beg for forgiveness. And this is just another shining example of why the Catholic Church is morally bankrupt. I don't have any other way to put it. An organization that is founded on the idea that every single person in it must be guilty, shameful, must be remorseful for everything they do, must have this intensely and incredibly negative worldview of this endless list of things you can't do, of this horrible concept that you are born into the world already a guilty sinner. It's the foundation of a toxic death cult. The Buddha said that life is suffering, and he may be right. But it doesn't mean we have to embrace that suffering. It doesn't mean we have to further the goals and means of suffering. It doesn't mean we have to abdicate it and endorse it. It doesn't mean that we have to make it part and parcel of the very foundation and systemic fabric of an organization. Suffering is not something that we have to further. It does not need our help. Suffering is doing quite well on its own. And the Catholic Church doesn't agree with that. The Catholic Church wants you to suffer. It wants your shame and your guilt. It wants you to hate yourself. And to hopefully turn to it for salvation. How convenient. They create the problem and then they offer the solution. It's every PR marketing executive's wet dream. Create a demand and then provide it. So I'm glad that Ms. Herx won this case. I hope that many others win similar cases. I hope that we can sue the Catholic Church into non-existence. Everyone that's ever been harmed by the Catholic Church should sue them. In every country on the world, on this planet. Because the Prince of Peace was all about teaching the word as he saw it. Not living in palaces and having huge churches that are like citadels of greed and shame. I'm not even Christian, and I can tell you that Jesus is happy with the condition of most Catholics of the world. There aren't a whole lot of Christians in the Catholic Church, in my opinion. There are a whole lot of authoritarians. But then again, that's the rot at the center of organized religion, isn't it? It's never been about the faith. It's never been about redemption or salvation or enlightenment. It's been about control. And the church couldn't control Ms. Herx, so they fired her. And she sued them. and she won. That's a pretty good day.